This is Rocky Run Shelter, the shelter I stayed at last night. There's nice big fire ring. There's a bear pole over that way. And then up that slope there are tenting sites. Quite a few people stayed at. Down this slope is the water source, and there's another shelter down there, an older shelter that's out, I guess it's out of commission, but people still stay there. Apparently it's in good enough shape. And then over here to the right of the shelter, back there in the middle of the screen, you can see the privy. It's a moldering privy, which is my favorite kind of privy. And I stayed here with Aaron and Bo. And Aaron is doing a flip-flop half hike, right?
Yeah.
Is the plan?
Yeah.
Wait, let me pull this back a little. And Bo, you're doing the whole enchilada.
Flip-flop whole thing, attempting it, yeah.
So how long have you been on trail, Aaron?
This is my third day.
Same. We actually left Harper's Ferry within like 30 minutes of each other, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. So you guys keep running into each other?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that comforting?
It is. Yeah. For like little stretches, you kind of see the same people.
Yeah.
It is really comforting. Yeah.
It's surprising like how fast you get to know someone out here, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, it's really nice. And very kind people too. I'm so grateful for that. Yeah.
Yeah, so you've had a struggle. You wanna
Yeah. Well, where was I? I was like probably a couple miles north of Crampton Gap, which is a shelter that's between here and Ed Garvey, where we stayed last night. And I sprained my ankle. So we're the ankle sprain shelter apparently this week. But yeah, so had to finish, I think it was like a 3.5 mile hike on that, and it was really painful. But that was a wonderful thing about the experience, if there is a silver lining, is that people are so kind around here. Just everybody was so helpful and so like just generous. So many people offered to carry my pack. I got an ace bandage from somebody else. I got a Werther's butterscotch candy from someone.
Aww.
It was just so nice. Like people just doing whatever they could to encourage me to get where I needed to go. So yeah. It was awesome.
That is so nice. And Bo, while you're up there packing, you want to tell me what your impression is of the trails so far?
So I thought I was going to be smart since I'm old and spent all of 2020 gaining weight and getting out of shape.
As we all did.
That I would start in the middle because it's easier. They lied to me. No, it's been great, but the first couple of days it definitely kicked my butt. It's tough, but one step at a time. We're making it. So
Yeah, I don't think any of the Appalachian Trail is easy.
No.
And the entire thing, I think, is rated very strenuous.
Yeah.
So
what do they say? It's the equivalent to climbing Everest 16 times from sea level.
Yeah.
Like the total elevation. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty gnarly.
and it's not just the climbs though, right? It's the rocks and the roots and the
Yeah, that's been really challenging for me so far, is just how rocky it is. Everybody would say that and I would just be like, what does that even mean? I've never seen trails this rocky, and this is not even the rockiest part. So that makes me
Have you seen the pictures of southern Pennsylvania?
No.
Oh, okay, never mind. No.
Look them up.
Okay.
I need to know.
Okay.
What I'm in store for.
Yeah, we're in store for it for sure. Well, thanks, guys, and I hope you both have a really good hike, and I hope I see you up the trail.
You too, yeah. Hope we will meet again soon.
Yeah.
Hope so. Leaving the shelter now, It's pretty late, but I think I'm just going to the Dahlgren campground. It's only 2 miles, and I'll have to tent, and it's gonna rain tonight, but I think the Pine Knob shelter is 7.4 miles, and probably more than I'm ready to do right now. So I'm just treating myself to this 2-mile day. I'm gonna camp out, and at least I'm out here, and at least I'm moving forward. So I'm satisfied. Had a really good time with Aaron and Bo at the shelter. They just breathed new life into me. I'm excited again. So I don't know. It's the people out here. It's really the people. Came to a place where it opened up. That's a trail north. I hear something in the bushes over there. I don't know what it is. So that guy I caught on video when I said the trail goes north was hiking south, and then I stopped because I was recording that movement in the bushes, and he came back this way, and he saw me and he stopped, and now he turned around and he's going back north again. Kind of sketch. So I think I said that wrong. So he was headed south. He never spoke to me when I greeted him. Then a couple minutes later he turned around and was going north, and then he saw me again, and I had my phone out, and I said, oh, there's something in the bushes. I was trying to see what it was. He never said a word, turned around and went south again. So I don't know. I'm out here talking to everybody because I'm sizing everybody up. So when somebody doesn't speak, you know, it gets on my radar. So I walked the 1.8 miles to the Dahlgren campground. It's pretty cool here. Turn in. So there's tent pads, and up that way is a bathhouse. It's got showers and sinks, flushing toilets, hot water in the showers, I've heard. Each site has a picnic table, which feels like a luxury to just sit down on the bench. Right in front of my site, there's a bear pole, so a good place to hang a food bag. And over here, there's some company for me. It is a college backpacking class, so that's pretty cool. Glad, you know, it's nice to have young people around. I'm not concerned, you know, about sharing the site. I always bring earplugs, so no problem. Hey guys, so I'm still at the campground. This is where I'm spending the night. There's a lot of people here. There's like 16 students, their professor, there's another couple, and then there's a couple of guys together too. It's probably getting close to 6 o'clock now. It should start raining soon.
I don't know, there is like a pretty good chance of rain all night, but I think it's gonna clear up in the morning, hopefully by like 8 or so. So hopefully I can get a fairly decent start on the trail. I don't know, it still takes me forever to, you know, pack all my stuff, but I know that comes with time. Tomorrow, I think it's like 5.5 miles to the next shelter, and that's all I'm planning to do. And if I can do that, I'll be very satisfied. Oh, Mason. So I was talking to my new friend, Bo. Hang on a second. Okay, so Mason, I was telling Bo about how, you know, what you're doing this summer, working out there by Yellowstone. And he said, check into working for Vail Resorts. He said if you go and get like a bartending certificate, which I don't know, that doesn't take very long or anything. He said you could work for them as a bartender, and you could work at ski resorts in the winter and, you know, like ski for free and have all these discounts and stuff. And then he said in the summer they own properties like in the Virgin Islands and stuff. So I don't know, he was saying you could, you know, just an idea for your adventure traveling gigs. So I wanted to be sure to let you know. Anyway, good night, everyone. Good morning. Day 3 of my restart. Everybody else cleared out of here, but I'm not packed up yet. It rained pretty gently all night long, and I'm just not super excited about packing up a wet tent. Of course, there's a chance it could start raining again, and that kind of freaks me out. I would hate that, but anyhow, there is a monument coming up ahead. I don't know, 2-3 miles, something like that. I'm not sure. I'm hoping maybe by then the sun will be out better and I can lay my wet stuff out on the lawn of the monument and dry out a bit more. And other than that, my objective is just to get to the next shelter. There's an inn right here. It wasn't far at all from where I camped. I think Bo got a room here last night, maybe. I don't know. It says food and drink for all, but I heard it's pretty fancy, like escargots on the menu. So I didn't feel like going in. The trail crosses the road here, and there's this like old church there. And I'm headed north. Stopping the rest on this uphill. So I'm glad I stuck around the campsite because I got to meet the ranger, and she said she works for Maryland State Parks and that they don't have the budget that a national park has, so the rangers actually have to come and like clean the bathrooms and stuff. So they clean that bathroom twice a day down there at that backpacking site. So I talked to her for a little bit. That was really interesting. Really grateful that there's people out here willing to do this so that I can enjoy the outdoors. I'm also really grateful that it did not start raining before I got my stuff packed up. And yeah, I'm feeling really good about the day. Still looks like it might rain, but you know, I have the gear for that, so if it happens, it happens. I love the birds.
So when I sprained my ankle, I was wearing trail runners. So while I was convalescing at Mountain Home Hospital, I ordered a pair of Merrill Moab 2 ventilators from REI and had them sent to my house. Now, I did not get a chance to test them or break them in. I wore them to the grocery store. That was about it. So I got out here and discovered that on the declines I am kind of scooching forward, hitting my toes against the front. It's not that the size isn't big enough. I think it's just that it's too wide for me throughout the heel. But I looked up that lock lace technique on my phone, and I tried that this morning. So far I haven't gone downhill, so I don't know if it's working. I also had packed a pair of Injinji liners, you know, the little toe socks, just in case I got blisters, which I normally don't. So I also put those on just to give me a little extra padding if I do slide up and hit the toe. Ooh, the sun's coming out. It'll be interesting to see if my lacing technique is enough or if I'm gonna have to try to figure out how to get other shoes on trail. I think I'm possibly might lose a couple toenails while we find out. So I just wish I didn't have toenails. That would be better. I was just imagining that this was a prehistoric frog who got fossilized and petrified and is stuck up here on the mountain. Do you see it? Kind of a froggy toad shape. Sometimes they paint the blazes right on the rocks. My feet enjoy these pine needles on the wet ground. It feels like carpet. At the Washington Monument, and I'm wondering if this is intended as a place to shelter in a lightning storm. Because I read a story once about of course, this was back when the monument was open and not closed because of COVID. But someone got struck by lightning when they sought shelter inside of it because stone does not protect you from lightning. And their hiking partner had to do CPR on them and they survived.
It's just the different sides of the mountain. It's so beautiful.
Welcome to the downhill portion of the day. It doesn't even look steep on camera. Wow, I just squatted to pee with my full pack on. Never did I ever think I would be strong enough to do that. Upon further thought, I realized my son Mason had me squatting 50-pound weights last fall or winter, and my backpack weighs less than 30, so I should have known I could do that. I don't know. I think I forget sometimes that I'm strong and I can do hard things. Somebody built this little guy a house. Is he one of the cicadas? Did he come out too early? So he must be having a hard time if somebody had time to build him a house. This is one of those moments that I may regret. There's a Blue Blaze trail to a state park where I could probably secure a campsite. It would be nice because I wouldn't have to camp at the shelter that's close to the road, and then the next day I could camp at Annapolis Rocks, which is kind of where I want to go. But at the same time, I also want to meet my goal that I set for today, which was the next shelter. So I think I'm gonna head north. Hope I don't live to regret it. If I had money, I would buy one of these houses on the Appalachian Trail, and I would be the soup lady. I would feed hikers my homemade soup and my sourdough bread. Mike, look where I am. We were on this bridge on our first little shakedown hike. Oh my gosh, these cars are going so fast. Woo. Wow, it's windy. This feels so weird. To Pine Knob Shelter, and super excited that Erin is here too. She made it on her sprained ankle, so that's really good news. I'm at the spring. As I was walking up to it, there was a robin taking a little bath, and I got my camera out to take a picture because of course I love robins, and then I dropped my knock bag on the ground and scared it away, but I'll turn this around so you can see the spring. So you can see it's a piped spring. So you just, you know, hold your bag under there. It's nice when they're like this because, you know, you don't need a scoop to get the water. You don't have to lay your bag down in the water. So while it might not be as picturesque as water flowing right out of the rocks, but I mean, I don't know if you can see that with the sun, but it is flowing right out of the rocks, but somebody put a pipe in for convenience sake, and it's actually a really good thing. And then it just kind of pools, and then it, you know, goes down there. I'll show you the shelter later.